Hey everybody, welcome to the RONLINE Report. You know this guy in front of me here. He is MHP athlete, classic physique pro, Logan Franklin over in Texas. How are you, Logan?
What's up, guys? Doing all right, Ron? How about yourself?
Good. I got to ask you, what's going on in your area? Your gym. I just saw you training on Instagram. Your gym is still open?
It's a secret gym.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. All the gyms are definitely closing around me for sure. Just hoping that this hardcore gym doesn't close its doors, or if it does, maybe I can sneak in there and get a workout or two in.
Probably
Try to
you
work
have
around
you
this.
have a key to the place?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're good, dude. You could go there like 3 in the morning. Who's gonna know? I won't tell anybody. But did your governor? Because I think every state the governor has to figure out for that state. Did they say like no more than 25 people or 50 people together at once or something?
I think it's no more than 50 people get like in gatherings, but I could be wrong, man. I don't know.
Mm.
I see a lot of different stuff, from different states, so it's not always from Texas that I'm seeing. So my mind is like confused with everything, with all the other states, laws going out right now.
Right. What about like restaurants, bars, sporting events? It's all shut down, right?
Yeah, all sporting events are shut down. I'm not sure about restaurants.
Mm.
They seem to be open still. Whataburger seems to be open still. So
Okay.
yeah, all
Okay.
the fast food places are still open.
Well, see, I think like in my state today, as of today, all restaurants are closed for in-house dining, but you can
Hmm.
do takeout, and they allow the restaurants to deliver. And I can only guess like fast food. I don't do drive-throughs, but
Yeah,
you got to be able to do drive-through, I guess. But man, but I got to ask you because you're in a unique situation. You got a baby doing like what, 2 weeks?
5 weeks, man.
Five? Oh, okay, you got time. I mean, hopefully this stuff's going to
Yeah.
be settled down and back to normal by then. But
Hmm.
are you extra concerned about this pandemic situation, being that you're bringing a life into the world soon?
I mean, there's definitely a scare, like hopefully, myself or like I don't get sick and get Marissa sick because she's not going anywhere. So,
Mm,
so the only way she would get sick is if I went and got sick. So hopefully that doesn't happen,
right.
and the baby will be healthy. But other than that, man, I mean, there's always a scare going on. Doesn't matter what year it is,
That's true.
what time of the year. There's always something going on that's gonna be scaring everybody. Uh, I mean, I know this is new and everything to everybody, but I mean, there more people die from the flu a
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
More people die from car accidents. There's more veterans that commit suicide every year than people have been killed from this flu or from this coronavirus. So I mean, uh,
It's 22 veterans a day on average, right?
22 veterans a day take their life. Yeah,
Yeah, that's add that up, do that times 365, and you get a big number.
yeah,
Um, what about food? Have you tried food shopping, or has your girl tried food shopping lately?
yeah. It took me a couple days to get into the grocery store to get everything that I needed.
Mm,
I mean, people are panic buying everything, acting like it's the end of the world and
mm.
we're going to run out of food and water supplies. So, luckily, I don't need to go out and buy gallons of water anymore because, I have a very expensive water filtration system that I bought for my home.
Yeah.
So I can literally just drink the water and it'll be like perfectly pH balanced and all that stuff.
I
So,
don't get why do people freak. I can understand buying, if we're stuck in our houses for a month, God
yeah,
forbid.
yeah.
Yeah, I know why you need to have a ton of food stocked up, but it's not
Mhm.
like the water is gonna. They're not gonna stop having running water in our houses. People are losing their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't
Yeah.
I don't understand
Well,
I don't understand the big scare with everybody, worrying about stuff like that. I mean,
I can
the
blame. I can tell you, it's probably a big part of it is two of my favorite shows have screwed up, have warped people's minds. It's The Walking Dead and
I
Fear the
was gonna
Walking
say
Dead.
The Walking Dead. Yeah,
Seriously.
people are thinking it's gonna be some zombie apocalypse, and they're gonna throw toilet paper at them to take them out.
Yeah, because on that show, there's never any water. They're always looking for water. They're always looking for food. It's
Yeah,
terrible. So yeah,
yeah.
um, I'm just curious. In your years in the army, did you guys train specifically for events like this domestically, if they ever happened?
Um, no,
No.
No, I mean I was active duty as well, so I don't know how they do things, and maybe in the National Guard or Army Reserves, maybe would be more something that they would probably handle. I mean, I saw the news, they were talking about National Guard or reserves like helping with hospitals and setting up areas for sick people to come to and stuff like that. Uh, but I'm not sure, if active duty soldiers,
Yeah.
deal with a lot of that. But I mean, I don't know.
I
I've
don't
been out
think they
for,
do. You're right. I think if it comes down to like a martial law
yeah.
situation, was it the Braniff Act? I can't remember the name of it. If it came down to that, where they needed military to enforce that, where people to keep people in their houses, yeah,
Mm.
I'd assume we need active duty deployed outside the U.S. We got plenty of reserves and
Yeah,
National Guard.
I, I, I can't see, us getting into a martial law state, and
Let's hope
I
not.
mean,
Let's hope not.
would they do that? I feel like, I mean, I'm not a very political person, but I kind of feel like that's unconstitutional, but
Yeah.
I mean, how are they going to enforce that? I mean, in Texas especially, I'm sure there's going to be some crazy people that are going to go out anyway, like myself. If they try to tell me I can't go anywhere, I'm still going to try to make it to the gym.
I mean,
So,
in Texas, most of the citizens are better armed than the military, the National Guard, anyway. So it's true.
uh,
Yeah, you can
yes,
walk around.
yes and no, yes and no at the same time. I mean, National Guard's still going to have high caliber weapons,
True.
uh, armored vehicles and training. I mean, there are veterans in
Yeah.
Texas. There's veterans all over the United States, but I don't know if they could
So
really just stack up next to a military force, though.
probably not. Probably
Yeah,
not. Let's hope nothing like that ever comes remotely. I don't want anything like that to happen in
yeah,
our country. But
yeah.
so your
That's
your
crazy.
show is June 20th.
Hmm.
How many weeks out are you now?
I think I'm under 14 weeks out, something around there.
You look about 14 days out, so you're in a good spot. Yeah, because
Thank you.
you'll still have a gym to go to. You're cool. Looks like I don't think food's gonna run out. So I mean, this should be okay. I mean, my concern would be that the NPC and IPV just canceled everything until May 10th or 11th.
Yeah,
So that gives you a good cushion of over a month, like another 6 weeks. So, hopefully that's it. By then, everything's gonna be back to normal. But
yeah.
man, you and a lot of other people are gonna be bummed if this continues.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. I mean, I can't imagine how, you know, everybody that's prepped for the Arnold Australia, the Arnold South America, or
Yeah,
any of the shows, up to May or up to the day that they cancel it. I mean, the guys that are really really into the sport. I mean, even the amateur guys, I feel for them too. But like I'm saying, like the pros that are trying to take this and become Hall of Fame bodybuilders
right.
and Mr. Olympia champions, I feel for those guys because I mean, I know what it takes. I know what it takes to get there, and the money that you spend to get there, and that goes into gear and food and
Yeah,
supplements to keep you healthy, and gym memberships, tanning, all these things, and not just the money aspect, but just the sheer hard work that these guys put in. I mean, I mean, if you're a weak person, I mean, that's gonna break you.
I know.
Hearing news that you can't compete in your show, I mean, that's probably gonna destroy a lot of people's minds, and make them like, go, fuck, what did I just do these last 14 weeks of hell for? But I mean, hopefully, the guys that are in this situation can, continue to, you know, be on prep and diet, but kind of ease up a little bit just because, there really isn't any show going on anytime soon. So,
Mm.
uh,
Yeah, I mean,
so
I
who knows,
feel
man?
a lot of guys that were doing Australia already did Columbus, so they already prepped. They already did a show. But we had
Yeah.
guys like Nathan Dasha was doing Australia. He hadn't done anything
Yeah.
since
The,
last summer, and
yeah, that name
Blessing Awadibu. Yeah,
blessing.
he was
Yeah,
looking
making his
good.
pro debut. I saw he was pretty vocal about it. Seemed upset, but like I said, I mean, I understand it. That sucks, man. I mean, because I know how I get whenever I'm on prep, and I mean, everybody's like, oh, you can't wait till the day. You know, you put all this hard work and you've made, you know, hopefully you've made the progress you were trying to make, you know, and you go in there with that winning mindset, or you're trying to make a name for yourself, and you look a certain way, and then you don't get to showcase it in front of everybody. You don't get to showcase it to yourself. So I mean, it's a situation, you know. But
well, we're all in it together. It's not like
yeah,
it's
yeah, it's
affecting
not.
one country or one group of
Yeah,
people.
nobody's being targeted. Nobody's being targeted. I mean, they canceled the NBA like season, didn't they, or the basketball
Yeah,
season?
no, it's kid
Yeah, all
NBA,
major.
NC, college basketball, pro basketball, baseball is going to start like in June or something now instead of April like it's supposed to.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is rough. This is crazy. Nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime.
yeah,
Um,
it's
let's talk about
insane.
happier things. Did you catch the Arnold Classic live stream?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I got some of the live stream, and then you know, I did some things, and then I caught some of the highlights, and then I went back and watched the live stream, but not live, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
stay up on someone's story, and then I watched the YouTube videos, muscular development videos, and so I mean, I got to see the whole show, you
Okay.
know.
So I want to talk to you about your division and what you thought about how Classic Physique was going into it. I thought so many people thought this was Steve Lorius is going to win. It's going to be Steve and everybody else. You know, it's like almost nobody else should even bother showing up. It was unfortunately that's the way in my head I had it playing out, but didn't go that way at all. So let's start from fifth place on up just to get some comments. This is a guy I've watched for a while, Ricky Moten, that has I think
Ricky.
probably the best potential out of anyone I saw in that show as far as the shape, the structure, just needed condition. But man,
Mhm.
what do you think? I was definitely impressed with Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky definitely looked better than I've seen him look. You know, so he's getting better with his conditioning, and you know, for some guys that just takes time. You know, I know Ricky just started getting into the pro league the last couple of years or a few years. I can't remember exactly when he turned pro. Maybe like 2016 year. I can't remember, but I mean, you get into that freaky conditioning, you know, it takes a few shows, you know, it takes some time for you to really understand like how far you can take yourself and what it feels like to get there. Uh, Not saying he didn't take himself there, but also your body just, you know, how I was always told, you know, you get leaner every show as long as you're doing the right things. And that's the way I look at it. You know, your body just needs time to get down there and then come out of it, and then get down there again, and then and just continuously going through that process of cutting, and then not cutting, and then getting ready for a show again. You know, that plays a big factor, I think. You know, and that's why you see a lot of the guys that are like in their late 30s that are just looking, you know, ridiculous, you know, that muscle maturity as well. So, but yeah, he looked great. He looked great, and he's definitely got a lot of potential. I could see him moving up to open bodybuilding. To be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah.
he's got that bubbly shape. You know,
I
round.
I could see him doing really well as a 212. That guy for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure I'm not sure how much he weighs on stage, or how much he weighs at weigh-ins, or how tall he is.
I'm not either. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So yeah, it's hard for me to make that.
Speaking of tall guys, fourth place was the other Logan, who you
Mhm.
remember from last year in Tampa, Abner Logan.
Yeah.
Definitely moving up. I mean, Olympia, he didn't get much of a look, but here they definitely gave him a good look, and he ended up fourth place out of a pretty decent lineup. What do you think
Mhm.
of Abner?
Uh, he looked good. Yeah, he looked good. I mean, he didn't really look any different from Tampa. I didn't see, but I also wasn't there, you know, so
Right.
he could have looked sharper. Uh, so I don't know. I'm not trying to, you know, say anything negative. I wasn't there. It was hard to see. I think he's at the top of his weight cutoff. So you know, it's hard for somebody like that to make changes and make progress. You know, and I mean, I don't know.
Is he about your height? Is he right around 6 foot?
Um,
Might be a little taller, I
I think
think.
he's taller. Yeah, I think he's 6'1" or 6'2", maybe.
So like his cutoff would be something like 240, I think.
Yeah, somewhere
Um,
around there.
okay.
235 or 240.
Third place, the man that was supposed to win the damn show, Steve Laureus. Where do you think he slipped up? Why didn't he win this show?
Now, I think it could have been a few things that kind of, came together. Could have been hype. Hype got to him, nerves.
Yeah. I agree, because you watched him did you watch the judging portion of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. I've seen him look a lot more confident than that. He didn't really seem like he wanted it. He didn't seem like he had that confidence, that winner charisma, that winner aura that you really need to have. And I mean, if I looked like that guy, I'd be like, ha, look at me, mother effers.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe presentation could be better. Like my presentation could be a lot better as well. But we're talking about Steve Laureus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe hype got to him, and nerves, got into him, and nerves can change your physique. Stress changes you. It changes the way you look. I'm sure he was in shape. I'm sure he was in great shape. He what was his coach's name?
Neil Hill.
Yeah, Neil Hill. I mean, he coached the Arnold Classic champion, Alex Cambronero. So they have the same coach. They have the same coach. They both. From what I saw, they went and trained with him for the last couple of weeks. So, I mean, looking at that, then he should have been in shape. So
he was.
I'm not gonna sit back and say he was out of shape. I think it literally was something within the last 12 to 24 hours. Nerves kicked in. He got nervous. Like I said, the hype kind of cracked under pressure. All these people are counting on him, and it's a big stage. I mean, the Arnold Classic, that's a big stage, and pressure's an acquired taste for sure.
See, that's why I kind of think you're better off a lot of times if nobody's expecting much from you, or nobody has you predicted as the winner, because then you can sort of just surprise people. Whereas if everyone's talking about you're the winner, you're gonna win, it's like a done deal. That's a lot of pressure. And I did see pictures and videos of him, like as recently as 2 days before the show. He was definitely in great condition, but I think it's exactly what you said. The nerves and the cortisol, and it's water. You can't help it.
I think the same thing. I think the same thing happened with my old training partner, Patrick Moore. I mean, I feel the same. I'm sure that guy was in shape. I know he trains hard. Like I said, we used to train together. We were training partners for a year. So I know he trains hard. I know he's got the work ethic. So, I mean, it's probably that last 12, 24 hours, the nerves, man, those nerves will really do a lot. I mean, look at what happened to me at Tampa.
Right.
I mean, I was in the box. I was holding down the middle of the box, and then nerves got to me, and then I lost it. I lost the show, and got beat. So
it's easy for everyone watching this to say, why don't you guys just relax? What's the problem? Just relax.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
It's a lot easier said than done. And another thing that you can notice, like if you see someone get moved out of the box, like say they're in the box and then they get moved over to get judged somewhere else, or someone else is getting moved in, that can take an effect on people too. They can go, oh shit, what am I doing wrong? Wasn't I hitting that pose right? And you'll start overthinking things. Am I not holding this muscle correctly? And that could play a factor too. But I mean, there's so many different things that could have happened, and you just gotta, understand that this is bodybuilding, and shit like this happens, and you just gotta wait for the next one.
So we had a great top 2 in classic physique. Rough Diesel, Terrence Ruffin, just like we were talking a couple weeks ago. So that's the guy to really watch, because no one's talking about him for the win, but he was pushing Alex. He was pushing him hard. Mainly because he's got a great physique, but his presentation just destroys everybody's up there.
Yeah.
Everybody's. Just even at the judging, the transitions, the way he hits the mandatories, you can't help but look at this kid. I mean, he's on the rise.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's gonna be dangerous for a long time. I mean, I think he's the same age as me.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's
still a little younger. He's only like 26.
Okay, he's younger than me. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of potential. He's got amazing potential. Great poser, great posing presentation, and with that comes confidence, stage confidence. And that stage confidence shows, like you said, you saw on Steve's face, he didn't look like he was that confident.
Yeah.
You know,
Terrence oozed confidence. He's like,
yeah.
you know, he
And
just
when you're confident, it seems like you don't get as tired. You know, it seems like you don't fade as much because you're like, oh yeah, you're having fun with it. When you're having fun, you know, it's fun. It's nice up there. Things can be, I'm not gonna say easy, but easier than if you're not, you know, doing as well as you were hoping you were doing. I mean,
yeah. Physique wise, you think he's where he needs to be at, or does he still need to be a little bit bigger, or any particular body parts that you notice on him?
who, Terrence?
Yeah.
Man, I think he's pretty complete. I mean, I don't think you need to be the biggest. You know, that's what that's what I think. I hope not, because I'm not going to be the biggest.
Well, you know what? If you got to be the biggest, then why do we have classic physique? That's
yeah.
go to 212.
Let's just go off shape. I mean, I think he's got great shape. He's got really good wheels. You know, he's got a great flow to his physique, and the way he presents it. You know, the way his posing is, the way he hits his shots. You know, he really maximizes what he's got. You know, and that makes the difference for sure. That makes a big difference.
So we got the winner now, Alex Feyo Cambronero from Miami, Florida, former 212. You know, another guy who's jumped into classic from another division like yourself. And man, very, very impressed. I mean, a lot of people knock him, say he's just a bodybuilder with a small waist. He's not classic, but what do you think of him? Do you think he fits into the classic mold?
I mean, I think yeah, he does. I mean, at the end of the day, it's bodybuilding. You know, you're gonna have weight cutoffs, and if you meet the weight, you know, restrictions, then in the judge's eyes, you're classic. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit back and say someone is or isn't classic. You know, I don't want to start any unnecessary drama that's not going to get finished because it's going to go nowhere.
It's just opinion anyway. Everyone's got their own opinion.
Yeah.
What classic means, what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks great. He looks great. He's definitely thick everywhere. You know, but I mean, I'd hope so. You coming from a 212 division, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely a very good bodybuilder, a very good competitor.
Yeah, and condition wise, I mean, shape, structure, and everything. Laureus he's my poster boy for classic physique. To me, he looks like if they gave you guys an Olympia trophy just for classic, it'd be Steve Laureus, like spray painted gold. But you know, you got to bring the condition. You got to have the presentation, the confidence. I mean, Alex brought it. Congrats to that guy.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna ask you? Okay. I just got one last question for you because I try to give the viewers something they can use instead of just listening to how cool we talk about the contest and all this other crap. So here's a question that people can take to their own training. How often do you train abs? What do you do for them? And do you think you do more, less, or the same now that you switched over to classic than you did back in men's physique when midsection was probably even more important than it is in any other division?
Yeah, let's see. I probably hit abs about the same as I used to. And really I just do it whenever I go and do cardio, like whenever I'm in competition prep. I don't really train my core in the off season. I used to before I started competing, and then for some reason, whenever I got into the sport, I stopped training my core year round, which is something that I'm gonna pick back up. You know, because I want all the goods.
Yeah. When you say train core, though, are you talking about abs? Or are you talking about actually trying to strengthen it, like planks and all that stuff?
No, I'm not trying to sit here and strengthen. I'm not trying to
get a big strongman gut.
Yeah. I'm trying to just perfect it. Yeah. I mean, that's a harsh word to say, perfection, but I'm trying to make it the best that my genetics can be, you know? So, yeah, other than that, as of the last few years, I've only been training abs in competition prep, you know, and then I'll do it, like I said, I'll do it fasted in the morning, right after cardio, empty stomach. I can feel everything, you know, it feels like my waist is already tight as it should be. Yeah. And then it seems to help, you know, it seems to, I mean, it's just like any other muscle. If you, like, for example, if you don't train biceps, but you get peeled, your arms aren't going to look, you know, that great because you didn't work them, you know, right. But if you work that muscle, it's gonna It's gonna take shape. It's gonna harden up. You know, it's gonna push out of the skin. It's gonna look different than if you didn't work it. So
do you treat them like other body parts, where you only do them like twice a week the most, or are you doing those like every day in prep?
No, definitely not treating them like every other body part. I mean, maybe at the very beginning of a layoff, like I said, I don't train them I haven't been training them year round. So say you don't train them for like 4 or 5 months, which is a ridiculous extended time.
For them, it's been about 5 years for me, so that doesn't sound bad. You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
And then you jump on prep, and then you do like a really crazy ab workout. You're gonna be pretty sore. You're gonna be sore for a few days, but you know that's only gonna last for the first week or so. You know, then once you stop, feeling so sore all the time, you'll be able to pick up the intensity, and then pick up how frequent you're training abs. You know, I'll get to the point where I train my midsection every other day. Like, okay. I like to just do it every other day.
So is it like, just a few sets, like a few sets of crunches, a few sets of bicycles or something like that?
I kind of just go off of feeling. It's not necessarily how many sets. I just go, like, I know, like I'll get to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, my core is good. Right. I need to get home and I need to eat, type of thing. But probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's a good amount of training if you're doing it every other day, especially. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, man, that's all I got for you, Logan. I appreciate you taking the time during this crisis we're all going through in this great world of ours. But stay safe. Keep your family safe. Hope prep continues to go very well for you. Follow Logan on. It's Logan_Franklin.
Yeah.
Logan_Franklin on Instagram.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Logan.
Appreciate it. Guys.
Everybody, thanks for watching RONLINE Report with MHP athlete Logan Franklin. We'll see you next time.